I may if you keep leaning on the walls. You don't want to know where the place has been.
I'm like waiting for an alarm to go off. Are we like in a basement somewhere? Okay.
Yes, keep going.
The kids are like, I don't trust this crazy tunnel. All right, here we are, Portland. Okay, is the park that way? Yeah?
Alright, Mom's on the internet. Don't be saying anything silly.
Oh, the dad.
Hi, Steven.
Hello.
Great, come on. Okay, there's a go walk button. So walk across the street. Look at who we got. Come on, Frey. It says don't walk, so you better hurry. Well, you can't be too mad about Lachlan.
Bro, always count on these Parker people.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Oh, I can't believe it. Yeah, you need to know where you went now. When did I see you at? Oh, I was in a parking lot in the snow.
Oh.
Good stuff. Love you too. Hi, how you doing? Hi, I'm Jason. You shook hands? She's like, I don't know you.
She's so mad at me.
Oh, she's mad. What did he do? What did he do?
Right now she's just staring into your soul.
That's cool. What do you got there? We'll go see my PO. I have this on already.
It's just like mine. See, I live in mine.
Okay.
Okay.
But what do I have?
How does it go for you? Everything good? You
Oh.
you have probation too? Yeah. For a misdemeanor?
Yeah, exactly.
How much probation?
They're going to try to give me
Is
life.
my tooth bleeding?
Oh, probation for life.
For life. But they can't. It's,
So do you have to go back and hear all that, or you don't?
no, we have to put a sentence in where they're going to go through all of the people or everything
For what is it, trespassing? What was your misdemeanor?
Misdemeanor obstruction.
Obstruction of a court order.
Who did you hurt? All the misdemeanor obstruction?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, they're going to go. They're going to try for 5 years of probation.
Oh, what?
That's what the
From this
prosecution wants. Yeah.
Oh my word.
I doubt they're gonna get that.
Imagine he did that for me.
He's already served double the time you could possibly even serve.
Yeah.
What I figured is once you get there with your lawyer or whatever, you'll have filled your papers because you already paid the fee.
That's what it should be. We'll see.
Yeah, I just...
So how long you guys been out sitting out here?
He's been here since 10. I got here at 11:45.
Where were you already just driving this way?
Yeah, I was going. I didn't know if he got the message or not, but Kelly emailed that I would be here in the park. And when I got here, he says, your plan was the best, because that's the place I was going to go to, was the park.
You must have known. Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a big Wolf fan.
Okay. It's a nice one.
Yeah. You should have just done that.
I know. Anyways.
Yeah, because you could have waved at me on my way to the... I actually was going backwards.
You like all animals, don't you?
And I actually got out of the van and both of them. Oh, really? So, I don't know. But see, I think they would trip a ball when we heard...
People are saying, yay, Jason is finally out. Yay, he's actually here. There's a lot of people that are like, thank you so much.
I'm like, oh my God.
Especially love to just see the two of them talking.
Yes, you do.
That's
Yeah.
easy.
I knew it would be great when you got. He was just calling the probation place. He says, "I want to wait till Eric." And I says, "The problem is a lot of people leave early on Friday, so he had just dialed when he saw him. Oh, Eric's here." He was trying to decide whether to hang up.
Prank call. So, and what is the plan? Is he allowed to come home with you or no? You don't know until you talk to him?
At this point, the answer is no. Washington State.
They're telling him just be careful leaving his stuff.
Because it might be bonds.
No.
Chinatown, like, stuff disappears very quickly. And this is still downtown. Portland is great, but very cute. I loved your sweatshirt. So you guys
Thank you.
be safe in Portland.
Washington turned us down because they say he's not going to abide by probation. So they've released him to...
How can they turn you down? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I guess. I thought the judge could release me to Washington. No, they have to accept you. The POs up there said, if we don't accept him, they can't come. He can't come here.
Well, I know that we had some of that issue with Sheridan when Dwayne was going. Because the same thing, the judge said he's supposed to go to Sheridan closest to home, but when Sheridan heard that they had stuff going on, they're like, no,
We don't want him.
you're going to Lompoc, said.
Oh, interesting. So they've released him to a homeless shelter because they wanted him to sign away his rights to go to a halfway house.
No.
That's ridiculous. And so right now he's supposed to be, but they didn't give him an address of the homeless shelter, so that's what he was calling for. And he has to report there by 7, and he doesn't even know where it is.
At least they gave him some time, huh?
Yes.
So is he still going to dinner? You guys still doing dinner?
He's planning on it. He doesn't. He thinks there has to be advance notice for the 72-ounce steak, so he doesn't think he could get that. But I think he's still planning on going. Yeah, he wanted
Eric?
to run some things by Eric before he decided.
You need Dad's attention?
No, I was just reminding him.
So now, is it a felony misdemeanor? It's not a felony.
For Eric?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, good.
It's
Because
just a misdemeanor.
he's not supposed to be with known felons.
No. Eric is not a felon.
Oh, good. Good, good, good.
No.
It's that.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you have to like abide by all the rules, and it's really easy to not even know
Yeah.
that you're breaking one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's why they put known felon without, like Sayler Barlow called last night. We know he's a felon, so.
Well, that's the other thing that they're doing with Eric. It's a misdemeanor. Scott's is a misdemeanor, but he can't talk with anyone that's still a co-defendant regardless of what, because he's still hasn't been sentenced yet. And so him and Scott can't talk to each other, which is really hard for them.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Kelly says, well, what are you going to do? You don't know anything. I'm going to the park.
Yep.
What if-
And you were so right? Well, we're like, we're just going to go to breakfast. It can take some time because, we've been through this with Nevada. And especially that whole, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. And then as soon as you start to actually get there, you're trying to figure things out. They still don't even know. Like when they first said they were releasing Eric, they're like, well, we don't have a halfway house. And so they, within a couple hours, they had a spot at a halfway house. And we only got to drive him from the jail to the halfway house. And we weren't allowed to stop anywhere, so we had to get him food. meet there, and then so we get to the halfway house, and of course, like, we're all sitting outside of the halfway house, which is not exactly you're supposed to do. So the halfway house people were standing out there, but we're like, we're going to take every minute we can. So we didn't know if it was going to be one of those situations, which almost the homeless shelter is probably a better deal than a halfway house anyways. Because you just have to turn yourself in at night, right?
Yeah.
Mom,
The one
Yes?
he had to,
Aw.
he had to sign that he would go into 5 different classes every day. And he says, the homeless shelter, you just report at night and you're gone during the day.
Yeah, you can go and figure things out, and so he's just not released to Washington yet. But and that can change too. Just because they said no right now doesn't mean maybe they didn't have a spot, same kind of thing. And they're not always forthtelling with any information.
She turned him down because she said that he would have to carry ID on his person 24/7. He says, no, I'm not doing that. It isn't in my probation papers for me to do that. You're just adding that. I'm not going to do it. So that's what put a crunk in everything. But
Well, it's better to start off that way anyways.
yes, yep, I agree. But the inmates that have been on probation says no. Once you check in, I bet they send you up to your home.
Exactly. They've probably got a lot to deal with down here anyways. They don't want to keep him, as far as saying his plan wasn't good enough. Like, he's going home with you. Like, it's a great plan. That's the best plan there is.
Really.
Come on, you want to come over and sit? Why don't you guys go sit on that bench and play Pokemon?
because my phone is dead.
Your phone's dead?
And because you're not allowed.
Okay, I'll give you my phone in a minute. They're like, we want to play Pokemon.
Are you live streaming?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so here, let's take your live stream because somebody has to document this. I am released. Here's my release plan. My release plan is to come here, and then I have to report to my PO within 72 hours. Go to the bus stop and come here. But I don't know where I live.
They're like, you're going to be in the homeless shelter in the park.
I have to report within 72 hours. But
To the probation office where you don't know where?
Well, I'm assuming it's there.
Okay.
But where do I sleep tonight? Supposedly I sleep in a homeless shelter, but I'm assuming it has an address.
Yeah. So you have to go in there to figure out where that is? Or?
I have to report to her within 72 hours.
Yeah. But your original plan wasn't good enough.
Well, I can't go home. They told them that. And they said that they have a bed reserved for me at a homeless shelter, but it's not in the paperwork.
No. How many homeless shelters are there?
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
But I have to have an actual one. I have the one.
Yeah.
I don't think I can go to any one.
No.
I have to go to a specific one, but they're not going to tell me which one it is.
So you got to jump through the hoops and hope that you can get a hold of someone. At what time is it on a Friday?
2:13. So I guess we'll call it.
All right.
Call them.
You have reached.
Yeah. Voicemail.
You have reached the dumbasses that have no idea what's happening.
I wonder if they'd let you stay at the hotel tonight.
Well, I mean, your lack of instruction would tell me that they don't care.
A normal human being would go home.
Tell them you slept in the park. Because they'll be like, good, that's what we were hoping.
Did you tell them what happened to you? Nevada's like, you have 24 hours to get out of town.
My mom said that wasn't the first time a park person ran out of Vegas.
Wait a minute. She's grumpy today. Any real person. Yeah. I've been through that turnaround. A half an hour on the phone and you're finally like, okay, can I just speak with a person? Hey, we got a wizard over here.
Yeah, hey, this is Jason Patrick, calling for Heather Clay. It says after report within 72 hours, but it doesn't have an address for where I'm supposed to stay. So I was calling you to see if I could find that out. I don't know my...
Your phone number?
What's the number?
425.
425.
We'll try not to get that. You guys. Parker is having a good time there.
Checking out Portland.
I hate it.
You don't like it?
No.
Well, it's dirty.
Your dad doesn't like it either.
Stand it.
Now I've done everything
Although it'd be fun to explore.
I'm required to do.
Yep.
Except for that you're supposed to check in somewhere at 7 and...
No, well, they told me that I lived at a homeless shelter, but I don't know where.
That's pretty hard, yeah. They got to tell you where, right?
Yeah,
Did you get her voicemail?
yeah, I have a voicemail. It said if you need to...
They said if you need to find a place to stay, because we told you we have one, don't expect a call.
Hey, Mo. Are you coming down here? Oh, she'll be here soon.
I assume everybody's going to be
Well, this pen is terrible.
Yes, it is. I used to have a better one.
Oh, I don't think I took mine out of my pocket. Do you have one?
Dang, I don't think I do. Have what?
A pin.
I have one in the car, too.
I literally took it out of my pocket up there as we were getting out of the car because I had like so much stuff in my pocket here.
I used to have it in my purse, and when I went for it, it wasn't there, so I don't know what happened.
Mo says she's 3 hours out,
3
still
hours.
at the doctor's.
But riddle me this. Who in their right mind would get released? You just got released from jail after being in there for an entire year. And you have a family that loves you and a home to go to that's, what, 4 hours away? 4.5 hours away. 4 hours. And you have 72 hours to report.
You should be able to go home.
But they said specifically while you were in the jail that you can't go there. You live at a homeless shelter to be named later. And we didn't put the address of it on any of your paperwork.
Especially the
There's a bed
72
reserved
out
there
there.
for you. If you can pull it out of a hat and go, oh. So I should just write, hey, does anyone know
You need
where my
to
bed is reserved?
And then they have you committed. Showing up at all the homeless shelters.
All the homeless shelters. Do you have a bed for Jason Patrick?
Does Jason live here? I can just like,
Hey, does Jason Patrick live here?
Jason Patrick.
You can tell the homeless woman. Hey, you can tell her.
Yeah,
You can't make it up. You cannot make this up.
Well, like you were saying the other day, it's, you think about the people that don't have support.
Oh yeah, imagine. So I'm in jail with guys with addiction problems, right? Addiction. They don't have anyone in the world, right? And they get arrested and they've done a year for addiction, and then they pun them. And
Yeah.
Here you go.
Drop them right here.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But don't know where you're supposed to go. I mean, honestly, you could make up a violation. You could just make one up.
Yeah.
Just make it up.
Right.
Right? They could say right now, well, you didn't go here. Go where? I did everything your paper said. Yeah. Everything.
So they bust you here and just dropped you off at the park?
Yeah, they told me to come here
Uh-huh.
and to report within 72 hours.
Dude, I got a tent in the car.
So are you supposed to go inside and report to pretrial?
Not pre-trial.
No, it's parole.
Parole
Yeah.
is different.
But is parole here too? Where's the parole office?
I
Because pretrial's there.
Right, pretrial's on the 4th floor.
We don't know.
Probation's probably in there
They kept it all a secret.
Because isn't that what you did? Well, this is what they did to Eric. Is the 2 people got to leave. They're like, what was the prosecution saying? Well, isn't there anything we can do to them? And they're like, no, they were fully acquitted. There's literally nothing you can do to them. And so they get to leave. And then Eric, they're like, well, you got to go to a halfway house for one night. And so we're like, okay. And then they get out of the halfway house and they're like, well, you got to make sure that your house can be checked and this, that, and the other thing. And you have 24 hours to get.
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's what
Here,
I got
go
too.
to the halfway house.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're smoking heroin in the bathroom. In your halfway house.
Yes. Yep.
Not to mention what they're doing on the yard.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Inside of your jail.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a funny story. So we're all sitting outside of the halfway house because, Ricky and Steve and me rode in the limo with Eric and Scott to take Eric and Scott to the halfway house. So the halfway house is out in front of halfway house is out in front of a strip joint. Like right next door. It's Vegas. So we're all outside and we're taking pictures. And so in court the next day, they tried to bring the picture in.
Trying to get it back into custody.
And they're like, look, he's at a strip joint. And they had to tell him, like, no, that's actually the halfway house because the prosecution doesn't know that. Prosecution's like, they stopped at a strip joint on the way to the halfway house.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. That's them. It's typical, really, though.
Yeah, it's what you're going to get if you have government health care. Right?
Oh, no, but they will say, oh, we know who you are. Because Eric, we had that same problem, too.
Oh, they gave him all
And
if
then
you
you'll
can find it, we'll give you
and then you'll die. And then you'll die of appendicitis in the park.
Okay. Message from John. Wow. That is so great and so freaky. I thought of Jason just about 15 minutes ago and I saw the sign. Ruby Cruz wanted.
Yeah, Ruby Cruz wanted. You can literally get a job anywhere
Except this part. Where they told you to go.
except for where they told you to go.
So what's the first thing you want to do?
Me?
Yeah.
I already did it. I just want to smoke a cigarette. About 10 times. I wanted to go eat steak. I wanted to go to Sayler's restaurant, Sayler'', somewhere in Portland, and they have a 72-ounce steak that if you eat it all in an hour, it's free. Now, I'm not going to try to eat it all, but I'm going to eat a whole bunch of it. Last time I ate 56 ounces in a half an hour.
Oh, wow. I saw the picture. Somebody has a picture going around of you eating that steak.
That's what I want to do. Different role of white hair. Never mind.
And what's his name? Chris from Channel Look at the News is sitting right over there.
What is it? I noticed he's doing something. What is he doing there?
Chris Lydell or whatever his name is.
He's been there the whole time.
He's been setting up.
He's filming your live
Working up
stream.
well, he's been there. He's been there for like 3 hours.
3 hours.
They've been parked here. He took the camera for a while when that way. No, they've been here.
So arrive here by 2 o'clock. Check.
Check and check.
Check in within 72 hours.
So the bus just pull up and like out
No,
you
they
go.
took me to the Greyhound station. What's really weird because we drove 2 blocks. They drove me.
You're like pulling the thing. You're like,
2
let me
blocks
out.
away, so they drove me off down to the bus station. I had to take the bus back.
Did they give you bus money?
Yeah, $2.50 for the to get to here. Now I don't know. Right? If she would have drove all 4 hours down here, not knowing what we're doing, despite that I have to live there, right? The people I can't live at their house, I
Well,
wouldn't even have transportation.
right?
Yeah. So right now I have to walk. Right now I have to walk to
Whatever homeless
whatever
center.
homeless shelter that I supposedly live in.
I'm going to start calling him. Does Jason live there? Does Jason live there? Looking for Jason Patrick.
Yeah, I'm looking for the place that has a room for Jason Patrick.
I didn't think Reserve you. I thought it was first come, first serve. And you're out.
Can you get an espresso across the street?
Yeah.
And then you want one of those?
Sure.
Yeah? You want some espresso?
Give me a mocha.
You want a mocha?
Vanilla mocha.
Vanilla. Gotcha.
I want to.
Come with me? Coming too? Come on, man.
I'm sitting down. Oh. Lovely park. This is Eric's first time here.
Patriot Corner's right over there.
Oh yeah, I was like,
you've been here.
he was once or twice. So he's like, oh, that was definitely the parking garage, and I was like, no, the big yellow thing's the parking garage. So where's the jail from here?
Right there.
This big one at the top with
Right next door. The courthouse is right there.
right here.
Jail is
Yes.
Right next door.
Ah. See, I've been inside the courthouse, which is way different than Vegas. So, like, for me, being in the Vegas courthouse all the time, I come here, I'm like, this is, like, way fancier. But you don't have as many seats. Like, you're way closer to everything going on in here.
You went to the courthouse in here? It's that court? Yeah. The 3 little benches?
You're, like, way close to everyone. In Vegas, you're far, far away from everybody.
Really?
Yeah, they're mumbling over there. You're like, wait, what did they just say?
Oh.
Everybody's super excited to have you out. Stephen Haydeen says hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Yeah, he said he wants to talk to you.
Yeah, I live in a homeless shelter. Weird. Why wouldn't you just go home?
Well, and you know what? That makes me wonder if they have to have some place for you to stay tonight. Like, when they make everyone leave, like those people that you're talking about that wouldn't have a place to go, they're like, oh, well, we reserved the first night at the homeless shelter for you.
I look at it like, you know those English fox hunts where they bring a fox in a cage and they line up beagles and horses and whatever?
Blow the horn?
And blow the horn and let the fox go? That's what it feels like with me. Like, go ahead, run! Go where? Here. I don't know.
Here, we'll draw you a map, and then we'll just stop at one spot, and you just won't know where the X is. But you have to check in here at the park at 2?
Well, no, the address is there. I don't have to check in there. It says you arrive here, and you have to report within 72 hours. So I don't know. After that, I don't know. I'm going to drink this coffee and I guess go in there and ask somebody something.
Go talk to pretrial. Well, maybe they'll say you can get a hotel room, and then you don't have to go to the halfway.
I thought I could call her and she would say, come here. Here, you want to put that back? Oh, there is another one. Let me try your phone again.
At least it's nice and not raining right now.
Yes. I was up there when I woke up. It was pouring, and I thought, oh no, if he's going to be homeless and out, pack all these raincoats and pack this and pack that.
They weren't going to give me a jacket. I had to ask
for it. I was worried
a
about
jacket.
that. Yeah, I was worried about that.
Because I'm a homeless man. I have a jacket at home, but I can't go get it.
I brought 3 different ones because we didn't know what would fit.
Well, that was the thing with Eric, too. Nothing fit.
Brought his down sleeping bag, but I didn't grab a tarp. He had to sleep out.
On this bench.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, we were lucky enough the kids were in Seattle, and we had to come down here, and we're just happened to be in the area when he was out. So was his birthday a few days ago, or it's tomorrow?
It is March
Yeah.
16th.
March 16th.
Yeah, 46.
See, and it says if you need to reach somebody right away, call this other number and talk to the duty officer. But it's just ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing.
Well, of course, because you can never
They
reach
have
someone
to
right
look
away.
Good. They gave you numbers. They didn't say they had to be there.
They didn't promise they'd answer.
I would be surprised if they're all gone.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're all up there at a window watching us.
There you go.
Well, and I think Sheridan keeps just doing this. Sheridan just doesn't want people outside the jail.
Well, the guy told me, he says, listen, we want to give you a plan that will succeed. We have to help you. I'm like,
So going to
you
a
think
homeless
this is
center
help-
is better?
Yeah, going to a homeless shelter rather than home is helpful? Do you really believe that? Or is that what you get paid to say? Is this you?
I wonder if they make money because you are in that homeless shelter for a night. You know, it makes sense on everything else. Diesel therapy makes money. Every night in jail they make money off of it.
But to not give you what homeless shelter, that is bizarre.
Where are you at? I want to run down there. She is 10 blocks away. Kim. Well, we're here in the park.
Kim is the one that lives downtown and said she came with you or the day.
Yeah, Heather Clay. This is Jason Patrick. I've called the number for the duty officer, but it just rings and rings and rings and nobody answers. So,
Beautiful day down here. We have been extremely lucky on our coastal trip picking up the kids, and we haven't really had any rain practically the entire time, which is not normal down here in Oregon.
You're gonna like try to eat it while you're walking?
So we're down here. Sounds like we're, hopefully going to go get Jason some steak here pretty soon. Did this live stream so that I know a lot of people want to see Jason as he's getting out. Pretty much. Yes. Or the other corner. Patriot Corner is like the opposite side. We're here in the park though, yes. So, yep. Just sitting down here trying to figure out what we have to do before we can get him some steak. It's always good to have another day of more being released. Oh, look, here comes Eric with coffees. Two what?
Coffee beans.
Oh, you've had a lot of coffee beans, huh?
Yep.
Some coffee. Yes, that is Jason Patrick, and he is out. He has been released to the park, and we are trying to find out what he does from here. Then we're going to see if we can't get him some steak.
Make it up. Here's your pen.
All right, say one last thing, and then we're going to let him go here.
Yo, this is Jason Patrick with the Fight for Freedom Never Sleeps. Peace.
All right, free man.